Hi everyone, I'm Donna Galindo, a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant. I love Mary Kay products. So today I wanted to help you find your true foundation match. Foundation is the most important part of our makeup routine. It creates our canvas that we apply everything else on. And foundation should be just a natural additional layer to our skin. It shouldn't make our skin lighter. It shouldn't make it deeper. Because if it does, then it's not looking natural. And that's what we want. Right now, I have the 3D foundation on in my color C140. And when it's natural looking, I don't have to have all the other products on because it just looks like my skin. And so I can do a quick 5-minute look with mascara and lipstick, which is all I have on right now. Yes, a complete look would emphasize and bring out my cheeks and make my eyes pop more, but we're not going for that all the time. So when we want a quick look, it's key that our foundation is the right match. So to get the right match, the first thing you need to know, and usually the thing most of us easily identify, is our skin tone. It can either be ivory, beige, or bronze. Sometimes other brands will say deep or tan, but Mary Kay uses ivory, beige, or bronze. So that's the easy part because that's identifying the surface of our skin. The harder part and the part that's most important in picking your right foundation match is to know your skin undertone color. And that's the color that is less identifiable. It's more the pigments it's the natural pigments that come through that aren't as easily seen. Your surface skin tone will change if you're out in the sun, if you eat something that you have a reaction to. Sometimes if you drink, your skin will change colors, maybe getting a little red. Your undertone does not change. It is what it is. So the rule is if you burn easily, you usually are a cool undertone. You have the pinkish, reddish, bluish pigments. And one example that I thought sort of made sense or made it easier to get the concept of undertones, they're sort of like watercolors. You know, watercolors are very sheer, and your undertones are just the slight pigments underneath your skin's surface. So that's why it's easy for us to get our skin tone and not as easy for us to necessarily identify the undertones. So if you burn easily, you're usually cool. If you burn but you tan quickly after that, you're usually a warm undertone. And a warm undertone has the yellowish, peachy, golden hues to it. And if you have a mix of both of those, then you fall in the neutral category. So that's why it's key to know if you're a cool undertone and have pinkish, bluish, and you put a yellowish peach, that's why it's not looking natural. So with that said, Mary Kay has a quiz on my website, which is link is in the bio. And if you look at all the color choices of the 3D foundations, there's 28 in matte and 23 in luminous. So that's the two finishes that you can choose from. Luminous offers more moisturizing, 12 hours of moisturizing, and it has it brightens your face and has a little bit of a sheen to it. The matte finish is flat, so there's no luminosity to it. It's flat, and it has an oil control ingredient, so it will help skin that tends to be oily. So don't get overwhelmed when you see all the color choices, because guess what? If we take the matte and it's 28, if we then pick our first category, are we ivory, beige, or bronze, we shrink it down a lot. If we then go to the second step and pick our undertone of cool, neutral, or warm, then we really shrink it. So for example, in the Ivory Cool, you have 2 choices. That's it. So you just went from 28 choices down to 2 if you know you're cool. If you're Ivory Warm, you have 2 in matte, but 3 in luminous. So sometimes you might have one more, one less in whether you can get a matte or luminous. And if you're Ivory Neutral, again, you have 2 choices. So the other rule is that usually if I'm a cool, I can't wear warm, but I can sometimes wear a neutral. So if you're Ivory, then that means if you're cool and you could possibly be a neutral, that's 4 that you have to try. So that makes it really simple. If you're beige and you are cool, you have 6 matte and 5 luminous. If you're warm, you have 3 warm in matte or luminous. And if you're neutral, you have 4 matte and 3 luminous. So again, if you know you're a beige and you know you're either a cool or a neutral, then you have about 10 that you would narrow it down to. And that's why the foundation quiz will help you know which one you should start at. If you do in-person color matching, then we have a nice little foundation matcher that you can hold up to your jawline and narrow it that way. But the online quiz is perfect in these times. You can go online, answer the questions, and it'll give you a good starting point. And really, most people have found it to be dead on. And if you're bronze, bronze does not have any neutral colors. You're either cool or warm. So you have 6 warm in matte and 3 in luminous. And if you're cool in bronze, you have 3 in matte and 2 in luminous if you're cool. So that really helps narrow it down. So that's why you haven't probably found your right match if you haven't been getting the right undertone. So identify that, and I'm sure that you're going to get the match that gives you a nice natural coverage that you can wear alone when you don't need the whole full face of makeup. Have a good day.